Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but not just any review. This is a 2025 perspective, 2 years after its release. So, how has this game held up over time? Is it still worth playing? Let's find out. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts. Released in April 2023, it continues the story of Cal Kestis, a Jedi Knight hiding from the Empire 5 years after the events of the first game. It launched to strong praise for its gameplay and story, but caused flack for technical issues, especially on PC. Fast forward to 2025, and we've seen updates like Patch 9 for PC in September 2024, and a PS5 Pro patch in January 2025, aimed to smooth things out. Let's break down what makes this game tick and whether it's still a must-play.
Let's kick things off with the gameplay, because this is where Star Wars Jedi Survivor really flexes its muscles. If you played Fallen Order, you know the drill. Third-person action adventure with a mix of lightsaber combat, force powers, and exploration. But Survivor takes it to another level. The combat system is a standout. Cal now has 5 lightsaber stances: single blade, double bladed, dual wield, blaster, and crossguard. Each has its own skill tree and play style, so you can go all out aggressive with dual wield or play defensively with crossguard. It's like having a Swiss Army knife of lightsabers, and it keeps fights fresh and strategic. The force abilities have also been beefed up. You can pull enemies, push them off cliffs, or even slow time to set up devastating combos. It makes you feel like a true Jedi badass. Exploration is another area where Survivor shines. The planets like Koba and Coruscant are bigger and more open than in Fallen Order. They're not quite open world, but they feel expansive, with hidden secrets, collectibles, and side quests called rumors that add depth to the experience. The platforming and puzzle solving are smoother too, thanks to new mechanics like the mid-air dash and grapple points. These let you zip around like Spider-Man, chaining wall runs, double jumps, and dashes to reach tricky spots. It's a blast for anyone who loves Metroidvania-style exploration. Compared to Fallen Order, the gameplay feels more polished and varied. The addition of fast travel points cuts down on backtracking, and the map is clearer, addressing a big complaint from the first game. If you're into action-adventure games with a Star Wars twist, this is about as good as it gets.
Now, let's talk about the story, because Survivor delivers a narrative that's both personal and epic. Without spoiling too much, the game picks up with Cal Kestis and his crew, Merrin, Grease, and BD-1, dealing with the fallout of their adventures in Fallen Order. It's set in 9 BBY, between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, so the Empire's grip on the galaxy is tight, and Cal's fighting a losing battle as one of the last Jedi. The story dives deep into Cal's internal struggles, his doubts, his fears, and the weight of being a Jedi in a galaxy that's hunting him. It's darker and more introspective than Fallen Order, exploring themes of sacrifice and morality. The writing is sharp and the cutscenes are cinematic, with top-notch voice acting from Cameron Monaghan as Cal, Deborah Wilson as Merrin, and Daniel Roebuck as Grease. Merrin and Grease get more development this time, and their banter with Cal adds a lot of heart to the story. BD-1, the adorable droid, is still a fan favorite, with expanded customization options that let you tweak his look in fun ways. The narrative ties into the broader Star Wars universe, with references to the Rebellion, the Empire, and even some familiar faces. It feels like a natural part of the canon without leaning too heavily on nostalgia. If you're a Star Wars fan, the story will hit all the right notes, and even if you're not, it's engaging enough to keep you hooked.
Alright, let's address the elephant in the room, the technical side. When Survivor launched in 2023, it was a bit of a mess, especially on PC. Players reported stuttering, frame rate drops, and crashes, which led to a mixed rating on Steam. Consoles weren't immune either, with performance mode issues like unstable frame rates and screen tearing. It was a rough start for a game that was otherwise stellar. Fast forward to 2025, and Respawn has put in serious work to fix things. Patch 9, released in September 2024, was a game changer for PC players, adding DLSS support, optimizing ray tracing, and reducing stuttering. A January 2025 patch for PS5 Pro tackled specific issues like foliage flickering and improved visuals. Console players, especially on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, now enjoy a mostly smooth experience, with performance mode hitting a solid 60 FPS after updates, disabled ray tracing for better stability. But it's not all rosy. Some PC players, especially those with mid-range or older hardware, still report stuttering and performance hiccups, even with Patch 9. Community discussions on Reddit and Steam show a split. Some players call it one of the best Star Wars games ever, comparing it to Knights of the Old Republic, while others are frustrated by lingering issues. Mods like frame generation tweaks or DLSS updates can help, but they're not a cure-all. Console players generally have fewer complaints, making PS5 or Xbox Series X and S the safer bet for a smooth experience. The community also buzzes about the lack of DLC, despite hopes for story expansions. Respawn has focused on a third game, confirmed to be in development as the trilogy's finale. Some players feel the game's side content can feel bloated, but others love the depth it adds. Overall, the feedback in 2025 shows a game that's loved for its core experience, but still carries some baggage from its rocky launch.
So, is Star Wars Jedi Survivor worth playing in 2025? For me, it's a resounding yes. This game nails the Jedi fantasy, swinging a lightsaber, using force powers, and exploring a galaxy far, far away. The combat is tight, the exploration is rewarding, and the story is a compelling mix of personal drama and Star Wars spectacle. Compared to Fallen Order, it's bigger, bolder, and more polished, even if it's not perfect. The technical issues are the main caveat. If you're on PC, you might need to tweak settings or use mods to get the best experience, especially with older hardware. Console players, particularly on PS5 or Xbox Series X and S, will have a smoother ride thanks to the updates. At its current price, often discounted to around $30 on platforms like Steam or PlayStation Store, it's a steal for the 20 to 30 hours of content you get. Looking at the bigger picture, Survivor is one of the best Star Wars games in years, maybe even since Knights of the Old Republic. It's a love letter to fans and a solid action-adventure game for everyone else. With a third game on the horizon, now's a great time to catch up on Cal's journey, whether you're revisiting or jumping in for the first time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gaming content.